Hi, it's Paul Sackis, Good News Broadcast. I'm here at the Friars Club. We love the Friars Club here on 55th Street in New York, New York. Tonight is a very exciting evening because the Jerry Lewis is going to be here.
Are you having a problem with focus? Just level with me. I'll tell you, I'll help you out. I swear to God. Are you okay? Are you in focus? Okay. Where am I going? A drink? I'd like a bowl of bourbon and some crackers. Yes, okay? No, I don't need a drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'd like you to please join me in welcoming the founder of the Friars Club Comedy Film Festival, Mr. Charlie Prince.
Yay!
It is my honor and great pleasure to welcome you all to the Friars Club tonight as we pay tribute to one of the world's greatest living comedic talents. A remarkable humanitarian, a brilliant writer and director, and most importantly, our abbot, Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis is a local boy made good. Born across the river in beautiful Newark, New Jersey, it wasn't too long before Jerry was performing with his parents, both entertainers. One night at the President Hotel in the Catskills, Jerry's parents brought their son up on stage to sing, "Brother, Can You Spare a Dime?" After the performance, Jerry lost his footing and hit a large incandescent light. The bulb exploded loudly, and smoke rose from the stage. The crowd couldn't stop laughing. As Jerry later explained, it was his first pratfall and his entree into showbiz. Jerry worked the clubs and vaudeville halls with his lip sync and mime act for years, but it wasn't until he made an impromptu appearance interrupting a crooner named Dean Martin during a late-night set at the Havana Madrid Club in 1946 that he really established himself as a comedy superstar. In so doing, they created Martin and Lewis, and the two would quickly form a partnership that would last a glorious, legendary 10 years. Their double act brought them extended engagements in New York, Chicago, Miami, and elsewhere. Eventually, they went to Hollywood. Martin and Lewis appeared in 17 films together while also maintaining their nightclub act, radio shows, albums, and hilarious appearances on the Colgate Comedy Hour. Jerry Lewis, more than perhaps any other performer, helped define modern comedy. When they went their separate ways, Lewis made an incredible transformation from dexterous funny man to multi-platinum recording artist, movie star, and starting in 1960, the greatest comic auteur since Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. Writing, directing, starring, and often producing classic film after classic film, such as The Bellboy, The Ladies' Man, The Errand Boy, The Patsy, and The Family Jewels, among others, Jerry has amassed an amazing body of work. Not to mention The Nutty Professor, where he famously played both Julius Kelp and the suave Buddy Love.
Great.
The film spawned two successful remakes starring Eddie Murphy and an upcoming Broadway show. In the late 1960s, Jerry became a professor
Don't treat
at
the
USC's...
Broadway show like it's nothing, Eddie. It's a very big program. Go ahead, I meant
In the late 1960s, Jerry became a professor at USC's film school, where he taught the likes of Steven Spielberg, Peter Bogdanovich, and George Lucas. In fact, he's teaching again, this time at Chapman College. To have Jerry Lewis impart his film wisdom to upcoming filmmakers is a legacy that will live on through countless generations. It gives me great pleasure to bring up the Dean of the Friars Club to present to Jerry this auspicious award. Please welcome Freddie Roman.
Oh, yeah.
That was a large step. Charlie, thank you. And thank you for bringing to the Friars Club our beautiful comedy film festival, which we love. And such a pleasure to see all these cameras here tonight. People are eating dinner and have no clue what's going on. But to all of my Friar members who are sitting in the back, after the cameras are finished, I'll repeat everything for you. Charlie, I thank you for doing this tonight. Please, I'm an older man. I have cataract problems, too. I want to acknowledge someone who came here tonight, who was on his way back to Los Angeles yesterday. He is our brilliant, brilliant star of our Friars Roast, who, because of a terrible tragedy in Los Angeles, had to postpone this roast for a few weeks, but we're going to do it in October, and you're all going to come again. But please, one of the brilliant film directors who only came here tonight because he knew Jerry came in for his roast, please say hello to Mr. Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Quentin will be back in a couple of weeks, and we're not letting him go. I don't care if he has another movie. He's staying here.
They'll stick to you like a pit bull. Like
exactly. It's something of a cliche to say the French love Jerry Lewis. That's certainly true, but it's not the whole story. Everybody loves Jerry Lewis. In fact, it was French filmmakers and critics who appreciated the depth and intelligence of his artistry earlier than most American critics, but not earlier than the American public. Because critics over time have come around to what everyone else already knew. Jerry Lewis is a genius, a comic genius. Finished? A compassionate genius, an artistic genius, and most importantly, the recipient of the Friars Comedy Film Festival Lifetime Achievement Award. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, go ahead. And all of that is wonderful. His artistry, his live performances, his film performances. Don't ever, anyone in this country, ever forget $2.5 billion have been raised to combat muscular dystrophy disease because of this film. Nobody in America knows why he chose that to be his definitive extra work in life, and he has handled it so brilliantly through illness, through sickness, and this year he walked out there looking adorable as he does tonight. You're one of the most adorable old Jews I ever saw. And he only raised this Labor Day weekend $68 million. What a shame. You'll notice as you walk through our building, as we call it, our monastery, the Friars Club Monastery, there are busts of various individuals throughout all of our rooms. They represent a few of the abbots of the club through the years. And these sculptures remind us of the strong leadership of the club. Tonight we dedicate our newest bust, sculpted by Friar Robert Burks in honor of Abbot Jerry Lewis. His guidance these last 4 years has brought us to this very special night, an event steeped in tradition, also celebrated one of the most celebrated roasts in recent memory. Jerry, you never looked better. I'm so upset. I couldn't resist. Eddie Schaefer would have been proud.
oh, God, yes.
And I am proud to dedicate this bust in your honor. On behalf of all the friars, I acknowledge your loyalty and dedication to this club. Under your auspices, this club is thriving, vibrant, and on the cusp of a new growth. Ladies and gentlemen, as I unveil this bust, and I'm so proud to unveil it on a living person, our abbot, Jerry Lewis. Thank you,
very much. It's very interesting because of all of the work and all of the silliness and all of the nonsense that made children laugh that come to me now and say, I've grown up with you. What they're saying is, I'm not coming to you as the adult to proclaim this. I come to you as the child that recognizes the child that did it. And that's incredible. Because people want to make contact with someone that they recall advanced their childhood through humor. And it's a very special thing. It gives me the kind of energy to come forward and do more. And at the same time to acknowledge that what I had done, I didn't know I was doing. I wish I could say I planned it, but I didn't. But I'm certainly doing everything necessary to keep that the child remembers solid and meaningful. So I try not to bang ladies in Chicago. How did that come out? I'll never figure that one out. But to receive this bust, a bust that I could have used some years ago, and I'll work on it now, it's just an incredible gift. It's a gift of recognition and something that you feel very, very close to your heart. And I'm honored. And to do a lot of jokes wouldn't make sense because it's not the time. Let me just say that I'm infinitely grateful, and I plan to live another 16 years so I beat Burns. I gotta beat Burns. I'm doing everything right. I'm eating well. I'm going to sleep early. I'm doing all the stuff that's necessary to make 101. I just put my daughter in college, so I have to wait 4 years for that to work. Then I'm going to have her meet a very nice young man, and then she's going to get married. I'm going to walk down the aisle with her, and then I'm going to be in the hospital to see the baby. So that's my plan for the next 16 years, and I hope you'll all join me. Thank you so much. Okay, give me the present. When do I get the head? I've always wanted the Friars to give me some head.
To all our fellow Friars that came here tonight to pay homage to Jerry and again to thank Quentin Tarantino, who'll be back, and we're doing this in the next 4 weeks. To all my fellow Friars, I thank you for coming. The photographers are only going to be here another hour and 40 minutes. Enjoy your evening. God bless. Good night. Thank you.